exactly what we said was going to happen happened.
We won.
So following Sean O'Malley's first official UFC loss this weekend, he posted his pod reacting and breaking down the fight and his feelings and Tim's feelings and how it all played out in their perspective. And I just thought it'd be a good idea to go over all that and, yeah, see where Sean's mind space is actually at. In my opinion, he's taking the loss great, at least what he's showing to the internet. You never know how someone's really feeling, but the things him and Tim are saying and how they're talking through it and being very humble about it, being very real about it, it's just a good sign, I think. Because it's important, especially how you take your first loss. The next few months, the next year, whatever you want to say, this is really going to dictate whether Sean O'Malley is a big star in the UFC or not, because whether you want to argue he's a star or not, he's clearly a UFC star. He's clearly a star. But I do agree that he's not at that, he's not a McGregor level yet. Not even close, I don't think. So he still has a lot of potential. But he's only going to have potential if he can actually bounce back from this loss and not have it dictate his career and define him. He can either take it similar to how Conor took his first loss, getting subbed by Nate, and just saying he'll be back and getting to work. And hopefully that's exactly what he's going to do, because it's hard. I was very scared for Sean's first loss. I really was as a Sean fan. But I'm not scared. I think he's taking it well. And after watching the whole pod especially, I watched it twice for this video. Once to just enjoy it, and then once for the information on this video. But it is kind of ridiculous how much hate he's getting. Sean went into this very humble. Him and Tim might have talked a little shit on Morri, but that doesn't make you not humble. This is literally war. Do you guys not understand that? Just because Tim calls Morri short and says he has a fat nose doesn't mean he's disrespectful or he's disrespecting Morri. This is fucking war. He's allowed to, literally Tim will get asked by an interviewer, what do you think of Morri? And it's what do you expect him to say? He's the enemy. And these people will get mad that Tim doesn't praise him, or I don't know. I don't know what they want. And there are so many Sean fans switching up too. Now that he's not that guy, it's Morri's that guy. It's just so cringe. There is no one more unloyal than an MMA fan. Sean O'Malley saved Bantamweight from the Mickey Mouse fluky title run that Aljamain Sterling was going on. He saved it. He saved the whole division. He made it fun again. I mean, there was definitely some over-hating going on Aljamain. I get that. And I kind of like Aljamain, but I'm going to be real. This whole Morri shit made me hate Aljamain. Aljamain is the most salty, bitter motherfucker I've ever seen after a loss. He cannot accept that he got knocked out by Sean. It is so sad. And now he's just going to gloat. Now all he's going to do is gloat how his boy beat Sean when you got finished by Sean, bud. Easily. He made you look easy. And Sean literally saved the division from the Aljamain Morri problem, because they were both in the same division, about to be the champ and number one contender, and they didn't want to fucking fight each other. So without Sean actually knocking out Aljo, Morri's career is dead, because this motherfucker loves Aljamain more than his own career. He values friends over his own career. Buddy, you can't be friends with everyone. You can't be friends with fucking Ilya, too. Bro, it's so cringe, that whole thing where I'm friends, I can't fight him. And let's not even get started on the whole star situation about the UFC needing stars right now. We need stars. We're losing Dustin Poirier, Izzy. We're going to lose probably Piera in a year or two, so it's not like these stars that are dominating at the top right now, they're not going to be here for much longer. We need stars like O'Malley who are in their 20s still. But no. Instead, dog-faced 33-year-old Morri at the end of his fucking career is now champion. And I'm happy for him. Honestly, Morri's reaction to getting the belt, so wholesome. I'm so happy for him. but he's a sport killer. He's going to destroy the division. His style's fucking cancerous. No one wants to watch it. So they immediately addressed it at the beginning of the pod. Sean talking about all his family and friends texting him, yo, what happened there? You didn't look the same. Were you off? What happened? And Sean flat out said, as clear as can be, no, I had the best weight cut of my life, boys. I've never felt better. The better man beat me on the night. Isn't that crazy to hear? Because we'll never hear it from Aljo's ears, not once. It's so embarrassing that people can, like, just defend and clown. Like, they're such hypocrites. Like, can we please just, we have to praise this man. He literally just said that the better man beat him on the night. Something that so many champions just can't do. They refuse. You got fucking Leon Edwards just blabbling, oh yeah, bruv, I felt tired. I needed a fucking nap, bruv. I was just so tired. I can't believe it. I truly believe I deserve a rematch. Fucking idiot. And yeah, you even got him saying shit like, it was the best weight cut of my life. He doesn't have to say that. He doesn't have to say this extra stuff. He's making Rob look even better. Look at my humble goat. Yeah, it's just so fucking cringe. Like, just the bandwagon Marab fans coming to clown on Sean. Oh, you lost. Yeah, man, he really got beat up. He's so hurt after the 5 rounds, by the way. 5 rounds of nothing. Whole ass nothing sandwich punches. Punches did nothing. The submission attempts were not close at all. Fucking Sean's arm bars were closer than those shitty ass subs. And yeah, you have Sean just acting a class act, acting the best the champion has acted this year, or even longer after losing. So I just don't understand how people like Marab. I really don't. Sean did say he does want to take some time off, though. Stay out of the octagon a little bit, just hone his skills, which I feel like is a bit sad for a lot of people to hear, especially since there's a lot of talk of, oh, we want Sean Sandhagen, we want Sean Cejudo right now. It's like, you're not going to get Sean back in there. He clearly does not want to be back in there right now, which I think is actually the best decision he could make. Yeah, he said he just wants to take like 10 or maybe even 8 to 10 months or something like that. Just good amount of months to skill build and just reassess. And I think this is definitely the smartest move because, I mean, imagine he gets right back in there with Cejudo and the same thing happens. His strength and grappling fail him. Like, it's not going to be a good look. So I think he has to really, really get his grappling and strength just a little bit better, man. He did so well against Marab, too. He did really well. He sprawled, like, more than half the takedowns that were shot. And there wasn't that many that were shot. Yeah, Marab was actually picking his takedowns a lot more. I assume to be a lot safer because the fear of the knees, even though Sean didn't throw a single flying knee with good intent, I don't think. I was screaming the whole fight, where are the knees? Like, come on, Sean, you had it. So yeah, I think he should just definitely take the time, put on some good, real muscle and strength. Because he also said in the pod that it wasn't really the technique he felt that got to him, which, I mean, obviously, Marab's technique is fucking terrible. His takedowns are terrible. He's terrible at fighting. He can't fight. He just smudges. But yeah, you got to give it to Marab. He's strong as shit, and he outstrengthed Sean pretty easily. So, I mean, you're never going to outstrength the inbred strength he has, clearly. But I think if Sean can put on a good, solid 5 or 10 pounds of muscle, maybe not that much, but just some strength. He just needs to be a little bigger and bulkier, I think, which may not actually be possible with his height already being tall for the division, but I think he can squeeze it, especially since he said the weight cuts have been going pretty well recently. I think he can afford to do it. Also, something else that happened on the pod that was really weird, and I just have to mention it. Smitty fucking cried for like 5 minutes. All right, he didn't cry like that, but you just had Smitty hijack 5 or 6 minutes of the pod to cry and, like, just be mad and sad about how he wasn't able to party with Sean and Tim after the loss. And it was just really weird and uncomfortable to watch. I don't know if Smitty's just going through some sad times and he just needed his brothers there. and it probably could have been cut out. They also address the whole Merab freaking out at Sean's corner and Tim for literally doing nothing. He started crying and having a hissy fit for no reason. Like, this dude is just such a retard. He's so dumb. Literally all Tim has to do is say Merab's name, and this dude will start fucking flailing his arms, screaming at the top of his lungs, whining and crying that this dude has disrespected his family, attacked his country of Georgia. Like, fuck off. You're so sensitive. It's so cringe. Just like all you MMA fans these days, it's so cringe. Like, get over yourselves. All Tim said was, you gotta be patient, Merab. It's all he said. He's allowed to say your name, bro. Cry about it. Cry about it. That's all you can do. And that's what he did in there. He started crying to the ref, and then the ref had to tell him to calm down, buddy. It'll be okay. Merab needs to grow up and learn to actually focus on the fight. And, yeah, get his emotions in check, because that dude's insecure as fuck. But he is champion of the world, so guess I can't really say much. And I really don't care. I'm going to disrespect the fuck out of Merab. He's a terrible champion. Terribly boring style for all fans, hardcore and casual. It's not fun for anyone. If you like watching him fight, then I get it. Go watch Sambo or some shit. I don't know. And Sean also highlights the main problem he had with the whole gassing out thing. He wasn't really scared of gassing out, and he didn't gas out, I don't think. His cardio held up really well, in my opinion. But yeah, he said it was more so the actual idea of gassing, and when he's getting controlled on the ground, can't get up, and it's in his mind, he's wondering, do I just ride out the rest of this round and let him have it so I can actually have energy the next round, or do I try to use a big amount of it to try to get up, and it might not work? So I don't know. It's definitely explains the mindset he had very well. Very stressful seeming. Dude, Merab is just such a problem. He's such a problem for this division. Oh my god. Yeah, I think that being Sean's biggest takeaway and problem with this fight, and literally not having a scratch on him, I think that just proves even more that Merab is absolutely nothing without his gas tank. He's just a mid-grappler with no technique otherwise. But I will give him this. He did technically outstrike O'Malley. You do have to give him that. He technically outstruck O'Malley. Now, obviously he didn't. He just landed more strikes. That's not the same thing as outstriking someone. But, yeah, I mean, Sean was worrying more about getting up from the takedowns, and when he would, Merab would see him not really paying attention to the hands, and he'd throw in a good punch and get out of there. Not a bad game plan, man. Merab got it done. And respect him for getting it done. But other than that, zero respect for this goblin. And if any of this hurts your feelings, never watch my channel again. Goodbye. I do not care. See you guys in the next one. I just wanted to talk about Sean's mindset, and I ended up just ranting way too much about how I hate Merab. This was a interesting video. Yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.